Good afternoon and welcome into Drag Race Central. I'm your host, Randall Shue.
I'm your coach, Lance Shue.
Landon, wow, what a week.
It's been a full one.
A good one. You know, we finished up last week with the World of Wheels.
Mm-hmm. We sure did.
What a, when we first started doing that, it was tiring. It was, you can't believe how exhausted you are by Sunday afternoon. No, I was still tired.
No, how exhausted you are by Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're like, hey, only 2 more days.
3 more days. Oh, yeah. And you start counting them down. But what a spectacular experience. It was absolutely wonderful.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's one of those things, we're through with it, but I can't wait. We already started planning for next year.
No, we're already planning for the next event. Yes.
Hey, that's coming up into this month.
It is.
We'll talk some more. We'll talk some about that with the event. But then, let's complete the World of Wheels, and we got a bunch of stuff going on today.
What was your favorite vehicle?
Let me tell you, a lot of high-end cars, just spectacular. Mm-hmm. We went over to the Aces injection booth, and we were talking to the guys, and hopefully they come across with us, and maybe they'll advertise. But I turn around, there's a '72 Nova sitting there, drop dead, 2 foot deep, black paint, mm-hmm. But not a show car, a very, very nice driver.
Right.
Mag wheels, presented absolutely perfect. And it just kind of struck me because, we always talk about that car come with rubber mats or carpet. On a Nova, you can see from a distance. It had the chrome around the drivers, or around the front doors. If they got chrome around them, they come a carpet. If the door frame is painted, it came with rubber floor mats. Only on a Nova. Is that?
So it's like not all turbos are not all T-tops are turbos, but all turbos are T-tops?
That's correct, except in Bahamas. Turbo, no T-tops.
That you know of.
There may be some, but I saw one.
Yeah.
I saw one. I thought, wait a minute, this turbo don't have T-tops. Anyway, I was in Nassau.
Now, was that a factory option, or was those cut out at dealerships?
I don't know. Well, not a dealer. It would be done at like Cars and Concepts or a facility that just does that.
Because in that notion, you could always just have ordered one no T-top turbo.
No, it's a package. The turbo package comes with the saw blade wheels and the T-tops and But anyway, they quit doing that. How about all Firebirds? The Catfish, mm-hmm. All Catfish, Camaros and Firebirds were T-tops. It's according if it had the skin for a T-top or not, but the structure was all the same.
Right.
Under the skin. Skin was fiberglass on that thing, or plastic, or whatever it was. But anyway, the World of Wheels, the Nova, don't know whose it was. I never spoke to the guy, but I turned around and looked, and I was just blown away by the presentation of the car.
It was a nice vehicle.
Number 2. The red 911 upstairs, they had it backed up and showed they had twin turbos and all that stuff on it.
Fair enough.
But it was somebody's performance, and I don't remember who it was. But
somebody who doesn't pay us.
Bingo. And I don't know them anyway. Because if I don't know them, they're not important anyway, right?
Sure.
Okay, anyway. But it was well presented, great looking 911. And they've changed the it was a Carrera. But it's still the 911 platform. They changed the numbers, but
I think those were considered 912s.
No, 996.
996.
912 was the old speedster style.
Yeah.
Now, what was your favorite?
The 1936 Bentley.
Right-hand drive.
Race car.
Yep. Now, you do know that in old cars like that, you have pre-war and post-war, are different style of cars.
That's during the war.
Yeah, 36 is about time the war got started.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it was a pre-war car, well presented, nice, and those cars really were not that nice.
No.
But it was correct. The whole car was. But all the high-end car people around town, they were there and did an outstanding job.
Oh, absolutely. There's some things about car shows show cars that I don't like.
Uh-huh.
I saw a truck there, and it had a custom cooling tube where it had a coupler on one side, a tube in the middle, and a coupler on the other side. And I looked. I said, "There's no hose clamps."
But that's a factory piece. That is actually done in a factory. You told about that, and I said, "Wait a minute, I've seen that before." This is actually manufactured like that.
Yeah. Either ways,
But no hose
no
clamps.
hose clamps. Like, at least pretend it runs.
Well, the lot of there was a Suzuki Samurai up there, had a 5-foot tall motor in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cartoon. It's okay. We used to have things called zingers. It would have a huge motor and a go-kart body. Funny looking at, but it was okay. The one thing I'm not really excited about, and everybody's a thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, let's go get a new Mustang, and we'll wipe the dust off of it and put it in the car show.
No, it's Corvettes.
And Corvette,
there was
Mustangs,
so many
Corvettes.
Corvettes.
But got a new car and you washed it. Wait a minute, it came clean.
No, we were right behind a Bronco. That was just like that. I'm talking. He probably didn't have time to put 100 miles on that thing.
Hey, but that was a good thing. Where we were in our booth, there was an empty spot behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had behind it. And anyway, the show, we're full. We come back next morning and there was one of the new Broncos in that hole.
Yeah.
And they must have scooted it sideways. I hadn't decided how they got it in there.
Well,
But-
I remember last year I used a jack slide your car in place.
Right? But they moved this whole car. Anyway, that was pretty neat. But hey, nice looking piece.
Oh yeah. Then somebody spent some time wet sanding and buffing that car.
There were two. What are the baggers? Motorcycle? What
Yeah,
are they
those are
called?
baggers,
Baggers. All right. Had air ride on them, and the bag part back was on the ground, and the front wheel looked like something off a Costa-Loga wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that what they call them things when they run across the desert?
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's it.
about 35 inches tall. So we're pulling Oettinger's car in the spot.
Off the trailer.
Off the trailer this time. Well presented, 37 Chevrolet with a blown Hemi. The blower, it's got a screw blown Hemi.
Mm-hmm.
A D-rotor. Anyway, makes good power. So we're putting this thing in position. And this guy said, "Hey, you want to race?" I said, "Against what?" He pointed at his bagger. No. You're no. I'm not even going to discuss that. You got something that's got, 95 horsepower, and it'll run almost 100 miles an hour.
Hey, that's strong.
This little black car run 100 mile an hour in 1 second. So no, I don't believe we want to race them things. No, I don't even want to discuss this.
You know what that means though.
What's that?
He went home, got online, told all of his friends Pro Mod didn't want anything to do with what he had.
You're probably right. Nice guys.
You made his week.
He went back to his club and bragged about everybody.
Yeah, he said, man, they were just terrified. Didn't want no part of this.
No part of the bagger. Anyway, but we had a good time. That was just a blast down there. And one thing that happened, we obviously we broadcast live from down there.
Mm-hmm.
We like to. I probably want to get started earlier than really necessary. You'll do last minute. It's absolutely perfect. Well, in my world, I'm thinking, how many ways we can mess up? So anyway, about 3 o'clock, I was Landon, go ahead and take it, get the stuff out of the bag. Let's start setting up the show. Well, there were so many people in our booth. We had chairs everywhere. People standing, people sitting. They were everywhere. Well, you roll that. We got one of those collapsible wagons. Hottie come up with it somewhere. But anyway, we rolled that thing out. Started popping equipment up there on the table. I look up, and a soul in there with us.
It got very
They
quiet.
escaped. But that was there's crickets. And just a minute ago, you couldn't walk. But anyway,
Yep.
They eventually came back, and we had a bunch of the guys on there with us, and that was just lots and
We had
lots
Chris
of fun.
and Chris, Steve and Steve,
We had doubles. Steve,
Will.
Will, Chris Rutherford, and Miss Sonia's wife. And hey, Miss Sonia, I know you listening. In our world, you want your own T-shirt, and that's fine. everybody gets a name. And I've got to break this. And we've got Snack Lady. We've got Hottie. Our newest lady name is Partner in Crime.
Partner in Crime.
So Miss Sonia's new name is Partner in Crime. And on her, she has some shirts being made. It has Partner in Crime on it. So
It's going to fit her well.
it will. Every time I look up, her and Hottie were gone. And I don't know which one was taking the other one shopping. But it was, I looked at them, I said, where y'all going? Oh, we got to go shopping. So anyway, they were gone. They'd come back just giggling like mad.
Hey, I'm excited for this next place we're going with our next event. There's a Waffle House. I'm talking 100 yards away.
We are discussing, and we haven't made the,
They made the final call on it.
and we're getting close.
But the Waffle House is a good selling point. I'll say that.
Well, there's some problems we won't have. How about this?
Yeah.
The Southern States Racing Industry Show is going to go on up at the Muscle Shoals Fairgrounds.
North Alabama State Fairgrounds.
Yeah, in Muscle Shoals. This is going to be a small PRI style event.
Mm-hmm.
So that is, they've got a big indoor place. I think Mark told me is 80 by 120 foot inside. There's going to be swap meets and vendors. Swap meet is outside, I believe, and this is going on the last weekend of this month.
Okay.
So we are anticipating. Anyway, we're kind of on the fence. Actually, I've flipped a quarter.
I hit the ground.
It hadn't hit the ground yet.
Okay.
That baby's still strolling.
Well, we have to worry about stay. We might have to bring the motor home.
Yeah, we will.
Because it's still about, I told you, about an hour and 15 minutes from my house.
Well, it's 105 miles from our house.
From mine, it's we're talking an hour and 15 minutes, so it's not feasible to make the drive back and forth every day.
Right. So anyway, that's what we call that, the Mobile Broadcast Center.
Mobile Broadcast Center is a good name.
We've got the Malt Liquor Express, my little car.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we need to come up with a name for the motorhome. Mobile Broadcast Center.
Mobile Broadcast Center. That's fair.
Well, it is what it is. So anyway, that was that's probably our next event that we are anticipating. So
hopefully, now we were discussing it off air all last weekend. Hopefully, we're gonna get you in some match racing.
Yep, there's gonna be. We've got a group. Richard Oettinger's putting together a group,
Right.
and we're gonna do a little, go around and do a little match racing, and
I'm excited.
well, it'll be a lot of fun. That means my goal for the year. First of all, we'll have the nitrous kit come
go
on.
in the threes. Your goal last year is to go in the fours, so this year's goal is to go in the threes.
I did not do that, but it's going to have to happen.
So it's time to upgrade.
I want you to know,
Threes.
I pulled the scoop off the Corvette and got in looking. The nitrous wasn't even plugged up.
Yeah, it's just like what we learned today with my new car.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to start at the beginning.
Well, hey, we've got a great story. We'll take a break here shortly, but we've got a great story. One of our guys been on here with us the entire time, and we've done some.
He's done me a great service. He's given me a good project.
This is going to be one heck of a project.
Yeah.
And this week, the new YouTube camera came in.
It sure did. We'll talk about it more after the break.
Yeah, this. We'll be right back on Drag Race Central. Welcome back in to Drag Race Central. We mentioned just before we went to break that Landon has got a new project.
I sure did.
Landon, let's go over. Well, at the beginning.
I have decided that I needed more projects, and that includes making YouTube videos. So I figured, what's the best vehicle I could start with? I said I flipped a coin. I said either a Camaro or a Mustang.
All right. The backside of that, we want front motor, rear drive.
Yeah.
There's some upgrades that we can make that make sense and are cost effective.
Right.
Okay.
I wanted something that has a good aftermarket support and something I can make a good, I wouldn't say short video, but nothing extravagant.
Right.
So I said, let's buy a Mustang. So I
let's buy something.
Yeah, so let's buy. Anyway. Well, in my mind, I asked the guy about a Mustang. So I reached out to Todd Oden at MTO Motors.
Well, we were Friday night. Todd came up to our booth.
Mm-hmm.
Todd and I were talking, and I said, "Landon, here's Todd."
That's right.
So you come up. Hey, I'm gonna do so and so and so and so. What you got? He said, "I got a Mustang over there that's got a bad motor. You interested?" And he gave us a price. The light came on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So I don't know the history behind the car, but anyway, it was a bad motor. He knew it. I mean, everything's fine.
Right.
So maybe was it Wednesday? Well, we made a deal. I went over there Wednesday and picked it up.
Yeah.
So backed it in, got the winch. I mean, everything's good. So it's been sitting on the trailer. There
at your house.
At the house.
And
so you got there today.
I sure did. I got there today. We started piddling with it, seeing if we could figure out how bad the motor is. We know something's wrong with it.
Because we know, I mean, it's
been once over.
We know it's bad. Everything's good with that.
We know it's been once over, and I bought it under those pre-notions. I'm not surprised. Put better plugs in it today.
Well,
and a battery.
Well, how about this? I said, look, Todd said it didn't have any compression because they spun it over. He put a jump box, spun it over, and so anyway, you raise the hood. You said, hey, this thing don't have spark plugs in it.
Yeah, I noticed all the spark wires were dangling.
The sparklers wasn't working. So I thought, well, first thing we should do is put some spark plugs in it because I don't care what's wrong with it. It will have more compression with plugs in it than with no plugs. We know that.
That is correct.
So like you said, all repairs start at the beginning. You always start at the base. So we went up to the parts store and got some
sparklers.
Got some sparklers. Now the other part of this, my YouTube camera came in Wednesday, Thursday, whatever day.
Yeah.
So I get this thing all put together and bought my SD card, and I'm learning all kind of stuff. Got all this stuff. We ready to go.
We sure did.
So we got the hood up and putting plugs in. You said, you know what we forgot? Oh, what? The camera.
Yep.
So
I bought this car strictly to film YouTube videos for. That's the worst part.
So you stopped, went in there, and got the camera. So I started doing the little once over, and we filmed. We probably got 5 or 7 minutes of
usable footage
of you. Well, yeah, we got
3 to 5.
Yeah, there's some on there. By the time we crop it and do all them kind of things, so we got ready. The battery, wasn't any battery. We had got a battery from Battery Warehouse yesterday.
Sure did.
Those guys helped us out with a battery.
It's actually going towards my green car.
Yeah, that's going to another project. But anyway, I said, hey, stick that battery in it because it's too tall. It's the wrong stop. It's not important.
Right.
It physically would go in there with the hood up. You don't need to let the hood down. That sucker's too tall. But anyway, that'd be ugly. Anyway, got this thing in there and spun it over with the plugs in it and the wires on it. It spit, popped, took a bit. This thing fires up. It does not make noise. I thought, ain't bad. And then it happened.
Then the smoke.
Then all the antifreeze smoke coming out the back.
Then the smoke appeared instead of cleared.
The magic smoke was coming out the tailpipe.
It sure was.
So it's actually a blown head gasket is what's wrong with it. We were concerned.
It's and to clarify, it's more than a little blown. We drove it off the trailer, and it looks like a slipping slide came out of the exhaust.
Now, good news. Next year there'll be no mosquitoes at the house.
That's right.
Because all of them have been poisoned.
Pesticides has been done.
But I told you that we'll fix this thing, and I've done dozens and dozens of these things.
Well, I've done like 15 head gaskets.
You get through, you fire this thing up, and it still smokes. You talking about a sinking feeling? But what has happened? The exhaust is full of antifreeze, and it has to run long enough to burn all that out. It sure makes you feel good. And sometimes you actually drive it around the block. Idling it will not come out, so you have to go out and drive it. Makes you feel wonderful when it goes away.
Yeah, we're on the process of deciding. Do I do both head gaskets? Do I do the one side that's blown?
Or do we do a motor? We we've been brainstorming.
We got to do some math on it.
This is a single overhead cam, 4-liter. But there's absolutely no noise in the motor. It's just letting someone. It's got some magic.
It's got some
smoke.
water in it.
Magic smoke coming out.
It's got some water.
And it's
actually, you give it long enough, they won't have water in the exhaust anymore.
I want you to know it whizzed all over my trailer.
I'm aware. I saw a little bit of oil.
Yeah, there was
a lot of water.
You know what it is? Oily. Well, they become the chalky stuff inside the exhaust. It washes it out of the exhaust.
Yeah. My exhaust will be clean when I'm done.
But I'll tell you what we did. Todd, when I finished up the paperwork over there, and just a seamless, do this. Okay, sign this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this.
Yeah, I gave you the authorization for my signature.
Well, I hooked him up. So anyway, got all his paperwork. So then Todd, the lady in the office to take care of this, Todd, he's out just being smart. But anyway, he came over to give Landon this. So it was a handwritten note that said, go on Google and give me
5 stars.
So Landon went on and hooked him up with 5 stars
That's
today.
It. Yeah, hey, there's not a lot of places I get to go and order a car in advance and then get to pick it up with somebody else's trailer.
Somebody else picked it up.
Yeah, somebody else picks it up with their trailer.
And somebody else paid. Well, you paid for it.
I paid for it.
I want you to know I'm in. I gave you money back, but I'm in for $6.80.
$6.80. I'll make sure I get you on the back end.
$6.80. That I can stand the $6.80, but you got out there.
No, see, look, if we did get over your gambling addiction, I might actually pay for Waffle House if this upcoming event.
It cost me a $20.
If you get over your gambling addiction.
That was we had a friendly wager. Anyway, I lost at the car show, but that was kind of funny. And anyway, we won't talk about that. Yeah. And I don't gamble.
The worst part is I've already beat the boy so bad he doesn't want to gamble either.
Oh, but we had a little friendly wager on an event, but it did happen, and I said it wouldn't happen. You said it would, and I was right.
Yeah.
I lost. Anyway, if you see us in person, I'll tell you about that. I won't tell you over there. It wasn't illegal. Not immoral.
No. Hey.
No. We don't.
It's friendly wagers.
That's kind of funny. It wasn't near as bad as getting squares on a football box.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't nothing like that. But anyway, that wasn't but about a. Let me tell you. We had a Subway sandwich bet on this.
Mm-hmm. You didn't know how expensive it was going to be.
Subway sandwich.
Sandwich, chips, and drink.
$20.88.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the $5.99 special?
No, it was $5 foot long.
$5 foot long.
And then you had it was $6.99 with chips and drink. It used to be.
It's 3 times. Oh my goodness. 3/7/21. Hey, but it's up 3 times, and it's just a sandwich.
Yeah.
It's like going buying a vehicle for $90,000. You know what? It was a pickup truck. It wasn't a Corvette. It was a pickup truck.
Corvette's only $60,000.
It's a truck.
Yeah.
A lot of things I don't understand. So
inflation's fun.
I'm not sure that's inflation.
I want you to be aware of this. I bought the green car, my other project car. I bought it nothing basically this week. I've spent $200.
Oh yeah.
I ain't bought nothing.
$200 for nothing.
And it still won't crank. Well, no, I'm sorry, it will crank and run.
Yeah, but there's some pieces need to be put back on.
I got to put it back on. But I hadn't bought anything vital.
Okay.
$200, hadn't bought nothing.
But you do realize when you get through this thing, it's still gonna be so ugly.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not like I don't work for a paint body shop.
This don't mess up the
No, actually, I told him
patina.
I told him, I said, look, at some point I'm gonna paint this, but I'm gonna put it back the same color.
Some yellow and some green. This car was a blue, and the blue fell off. We scuffed it. We had Tim had some blue paint. Blue and yellow left.
Blue and yellow.
Didn't have enough of either one of them. We just mixed it together. This car is almost Regions Bank green. Mm-hmm. Not near that pretty though.
Actually, the closest thing to it, and you can actually see these vehicles on the road, is ServPro.
Yeah.
ServPro has a wrap on their trucks and SUVs. It's pretty close.
This car was ugly and half.
Mm-hmm.
we had graphics put on it, and really it calmed down.
No, it helps. It really does.
Plus, it made sense of it says the 100 mile per gallon project.
It's the Green Initiative.
Well, we had somebody called it the Flying Booger.
Yeah,
it was bad. But anyway, that was. I'm trying to think. I think it was Progressive Insurance had a deal one time. It was $1 million to get 100 miles per gallon. That's what we were going for.
Right.
Hey, we're going to take our half-hour break. We'll be right back on Drag Race Central.
This segment of Drag Race Central is brought to you by Ray's Drive Shafts. It's located at 1417 Decatur Highway in Fultondale, Alabama. He is really right there in front of the Jeep Man.
The Jeep Man is missing. Oh, no. Somebody stole him. The guy under the hood of that Jeep is gone. Devastating.
Fine, he's by the tank.
Okay. Used to be the moon over Fultondale, because he had a moon showing.
That's it.
Hey, you're talking about Ray's Drive Shaft. My old buddy Mike Davis, he was at the car show. We come up talking. He said he's helping somebody build a car. He said, "Well, it's time for a drive shaft." He said, "Wait a minute." Randall on the show was talking about a guy. He said, "That's Ray's Drive Shaft." So he went out there and had a drive shaft done because. And that's really what advertising about. All we're doing is planting seeds.
Well,
you may or may not need a drive shaft today.
These are products that not only they pay us to talk about, but people need this stuff.
Yes.
And we put our back in behind everything. We back all the products that we advertise. 100% every time. We personally have, how many drive shafts you count?
27. There was 4 of us on here. We have 27.
All right. So, but between me and you, I have one.
Uh-huh.
Well, technically I have 2. I have another one, the 240.
Yeah.
So, how many do you have?
Well, no, we counted everything. There's 27 of them.
27
that we have bought.
Okay.
Before he started advertising.
So it's fair to say that we believe in him.
Yeah, but Mike Davis, he said, "Hey, they talk about it, so they went up and had one done." And matter of fact, our buddy Richard Oettinger is watching us on
Facebook.
Facebook Live. Remember, we are on a Facebook Live. Also, our YouTube channel. You've got last week's show is up on YouTube right now.
This entire month's on there now.
This entire month. Okay.
This entire month, not including today yet, obviously. So we're still live. It'll go up. I'll edit it tonight, and it'll be up sometime.
Okay.
If not tonight, it'll be up in the morning.
All right. You've got lots of views on that thing. Lots and lots.
I haven't looked.
Okay. But you and our Facebook Live,
we're approaching 50 episodes on there.
Well, that's pretty good.
It's a lot to look through.
And, we're talking about Ray's Drive Shaft. How about a phone number out there?
Hey, 256-572-7485.
The power of advertising with us. Now, we've got somebody.
Formerly.
Skunk Works.
Skunk Works, yes.
Let me tell you. I was talking to him this week. Well, you're going to do another month with us. He said, "I'm scared to." He said, "I've got 6 months." I believe he said, it was months worth of work, and most of it came from the radio show. He said, "I'm afraid to advertise anymore." He said, I'm so covered, I don't know what to do. That's the power of what we're doing.
I believe this is the second time this has happened to us.
Yes.
We're just too good at our jobs.
Our listeners are loyal to the people we talk about, and we don't send them to places you shouldn't be. On top of that,
absolutely, yeah, we're just too good at our jobs.
Yeah, it's like having too much money, or a girlfriend too pretty. That just ain't gonna happen. How about that?
Fair enough.
But anyway, you go out and see our
go out and see Ray, any of our sponsors,
yes.
MTO Motors especially.
Yep. Hey, Todd was just a treasure to deal with this week. And
hey, he said, "You want this?" I was like, "Give me a price." Gave me a price. I said, "I'll take it."
So that was easy.
Yeah.
So
I'm not a hard negotiator.
It wasn't hard sale.
Yeah.
I said
he gave me a fair price.
I said, "What do you think?" He says, "Yeah, we want that."
He gave me a fair price. Told me that motor was bad, and I was fine with that. That's what I wanted, and that's what I got.
Oh, Landon, I got to say,
I got something nicer than what I thought I was getting.
I do have to say a negative.
Are you going to tell everybody this on air?
Yes, I am. Well, we I told the lady, I said, "Look, I want to go see that car." So she's out there by the fence. Okay. So I walk out the back of the shop into the race shop. on the way out there's a side-by-side sitting there. I walked out and paid attention to it. So just like I told you, planting the seeds of advertising, I walked past that side-by-side. I glanced at it. No, I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. Walked out, checked out the Mustang. Yeah, everything's good. Well, Hottie's with me. We walked back in the shop. There's that dang side-by-side sitting there.
Yeah, don't show Randall a good side-by-side.
Again. No, hey, if it's got wheels and a motor, I'm a player. But anyway.
You want a snowmobile?
Yeah, because it may snow. So I look at this thing. No, focus. So we're going
Yellow
in.
Car.
We take care of the car. Everything's good. There's Todd. I said, hey, tell me about that side-by-side. Oh, man, that's just what you need.
I told you to justify it. To justify it this year.
Yeah, rationalize it.
Rationalize it. We would have to start NHRA Pro Mod racing to justify it this year.
I'm thinking I-22 several times. I'm not going to NHRA.
Several times would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. How much pulling did we do last year? Of the year 2023, how much car pulling did we do?
None.
Exactly.
But look, just think about well we didn't even gross $200 last year. The year before we grossed $200.
Yeah,
racing. Now net was bad.
Net was real bad.
Yeah, almost six figures. But anyway, it's got nothing to do with it. What? It followed me home. What am I supposed to do? But Todd,
it was yellow. We ended up everything yellow.
Oh, hey, we're negotiating with Todd. He was kind of dismissive and kind of embarrassed. He said, "Now look, this thing is yellow." Landon, oh yippee! He's got another yellow car.
I'm not excited about it. I have owned every color but purple and pink. I've owned every car.
We had that purple 240, the Barney car.
Yeah, but I'm talking. I personally have had every color but purple and pink. I've had every other color though.
Well, I looked down.
Blue, gold, all of them.
You were wearing yellow tennis shoes. I said, well, look at his shoes. He likes yellow. He said, well, I got you a yellow one. So anyway, that worked out pretty good. But Todd still flung a side-by-side craving on me. So, Landon, you'd have been proud of me. I walked right past that baby. I'm good.
Did you make eye contact with it?
No, I did. Well, I come back. This thing is a V-twin 800 four-wheel drive. It's got a top on it and a windshield. And
so buy this thing at MTO Motors before he does.
I did the worst thing possible. I opened the door and got in it.
That's a sell.
So
he got you, huh?
Anyway, I went back in the office.
Some coffee after that too? It's popcorn.
No, I went back in the office, and I said, "How much for side by side?" And you thought I'd struck gold. He jumped up and down. Let me tell you what. He said, I need to get rid of that thing on and. The typical car salesman, he's hooking me up.
Gonna get you some coffee.
No, actually,
rub your shoulders.
What he was doing, if you ever been fishing with a plastic worm, and the fish starts running off, you lean the rod down, take up a slack, and you snatch at the hook. That's what Todd was doing. Because he knew that thing has my name on it.
Yeah.
So he said, I said, well, my only problem is with either one of my cars in the trailer, I don't think that, I'm just almost sure it will not fit. He said, don't worry, I got a smaller one at home. We'll swap out. Thank you, Todd. I said, I'm going to be broke before I leave this place.
Now, look, I had this feeling that me buying cars from him is not, of course, it's not a one-off thing, but I feel like it'd become more regular.
You'll run by and see what he's got, and
then I'll have to talk to him. Have to buy more cars, and so I'm sure that the craving's going to get to you at some point.
What I need,
somebody go out to MTO Motors, buy that side by side, so he doesn't end up with it.
What I need you to get on Amazon, and buy me some blinders, like you put on a mule,
like a horse. Yes.
Yeah, you put them on there.
Horse
that way, it won't be looking side to side.
Yeah, no, you gotta get you the race blinders.
Hey, this thing is blue. He said, now this is the price, but I'm not going to clean it up. I said, well, I'm going to get it dirty anyway. I don't care. 4x4, that I don't remember if it had a winch on it. I was excited about getting a radio. Got a thing
mirror
across the top. It's got all the...
A wink mirror, yeah.
What?
It's called a wink mirror.
No mirror. across the top is a whole speaker set.
Oh, I thought it had like wink mirrors.
I don't know if it had mirrors. What's behind me don't bother me. But it's got a little bed on it and 2 dry storage containers.
When was the last time you did some off-road?
The next time I do off-road,
when was the last time you did some off-road?
Well, the 4-wheeler. We were pretty serious about 4-wheeling.
When?
It's been 15 years. Well, I'm pretty serious about flying too, but it's been a while since I've flown.
I know. I'm going to get my FCC license. I don't know if I get my pilot's license, but I'll get my FCC license.
Anyway, that's so Todd put a craving on me. So if you want to have a craving flung over you, run by MTO Motors.
You'll find something.
It's happening. So there again, Gina got a son about turning 16. She said, "Hey, I need a car." So she started looking.
Does she want an 05 Mustang?
No. That's an idea. But you sell this to somebody you don't know. Because if you sell it to your sister or somebody, you will be doing maintenance on it for the rest of your life. What you want is a car you fix, you drive, everything's good, and you sell to somebody. And that's what you do. If your sister is up with it, it needs tires, it's your fault. It needs brakes. Landon, it needs brakes. Well, you've been driving it. Yeah, but it needs brakes.
It'd have 100,000 more miles on it, and she'd still think it's under warranty, huh?
You'll have a lifetime warranty if you sell it to your sister. That's the way it works. So
I warranty my work immediately. If I broke something while I was in there, that's my fault. I pay for it.
Well, you know how the real warranty works. If that baby breaks in 2, you can have both halves.
Tail light warranty.
Right. What is it? 5 and 50, 5 feet, or get out of the. If it makes it to the road, you gone.
That's it.
Anyway.
Tail light. Yeah.
So anyway, I haven't decided to go get Todd some money out of the bank yet, but I'm sure thinking about it. A negative.
Somebody go out and get it quick.
A negative, Landon. I'm spending your inheritance. I don't care. Anyway, but I have no place to put it. I'd have to store it in the race trailer because the dang basement's full.
And then if it's in the race trailer, you can't take a race car because it takes up too much room.
We'd have to have 2 tow vehicles to.
So now so not only would we have to get a side by side, but then we have to get another trailer.
We use a flat trailer. Or
then we wouldn't have room for the race car. So if we're taking both, so I'm saying we'd have to get another trailer.
We got 2 trailers. We got an enclosed for the trailer, and we use a flat trailer to take the side by side with 2 vehicles. So it's double the expense going to the track. Or in my world, I'm old. I'll just take the side by side and ride around and talk to people.
Yeah, our race team's gonna need a new owner for that to happen.
Oh, it is. That could happen too.
Yeah, we'll still race it for them. That's fine, but we're gonna need somebody paying the bills.
That would be a lot more fun and doing the work.
I'll work it. I worked it fine last year.
Okay.
Or 2 years ago, whatever it was.
Anyway, so this year we will be doing some scratching off, and I think at the event we're thinking about going to.
Do we have to pretend that we don't like Chris after we start doing match racing?
Are we supposed to be mad?
Yeah.
Chris and Richard and all.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll do like we had Michael Gillespie do, come up there and steal the nitrous bottle out of the car and take off running with it. That was
a great time.
That was kind of funny.
Little did we know the nitrous kit didn't work anyways.
So
it was unplugged.
You have to plug them up. We turn the switch on. Hey, I'm ready. I'm gritting my teeth, turn them babies on, let go of the trans brake. Huh. How about that? Little did I know the rascals were unplugged under the I think you're supposed to check that stuff before you go to the race. Spend $200 going to the races and then you check the nitrous.
It was plug and play. You had to plug it in. That's the first part of it.
Oh yeah. Well, I took about 150 horses out of the first kit. So, but the trouble is, I haven't determined which is the first kit. Car ought to run 460s on the first kit, because before I turned it down, it would be in the 30s. So it's gonna be 60 somewhere like that. And turn the second kit on, assuming nothing broke. It's gonna scare my mule.
That's it.
All right, we're gonna go out and take our last break of the day. We'll be right back on Drag Race Central.
This segment of Drag Race Central is brought to you by Raised Drive Shafts. Not Ray's drive shafts. He already got his.
Ray's already sold 10 drive shafts since you said that.
This segment of Drag Race Central is brought to you by VP Racing Fuel.
Lots of pails, lots of drums of VP fuel.
You said something off air. I couldn't believe anybody's ever said that before.
That had enough fuel?
Yeah.
Well, we generally, the way Rick helps us out with I get VP fuel for the car.
Right.
Well, you get to a point where we hadn't raced much, and I've been getting fuel, so I just let him slide. How about that? Hey, whatever we need, Rick will hook us up. That's there right. At VP Fuel. We're good.
He can't even hook it up with nitrous bottles since you got 9 full ones.
Sweet.
Yeah, we can't even get him to fill nitrous bottles for you because they're already all full.
Well, no, but you know what? Just in case we'll be ready. And there's got to be some more nitrous bottles.
We're ready for this next year. I'm telling you. 9 full bottles, enough fuel.
Let's see. With at 150 shot of nitrous on the Corvette, you can get, I'm gonna say 6 passes out of 10 pounds. Now, it won't be completely empty.
Right.
You'll lose about probably 7 or 8 pounds is what you'll use out of a 10-pound bottle. I think I can get 6 passes out of.
Okay.
I ain't done the math, but I know I'll get that. So I got 10. I can make.
So we're talking 54 passes.
So I'll need a set of rods in the motor before
you need nitrous. Yeah.
That's kind of funny, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
and you probably need fuel too.
Oh, I will. I've got to order a set of rods for the thing anyway, because there may be some lag time, so you just order them and
go ahead and have them on the way.
It just when they get them built, they send them to you.
That's how I've been ordering parts. My project car is been ordering stuff that I won't need for any time soon.
But it shows up.
I ordered battery stuff for it. Got bus bar. Got new cables, new lines. Can worry about doing the wiring. So I just pulled the intake and exhaust manifold off.
So you got a giblet box just for the RX-7.
I got shelves at my house.
Sweet. So we've got
you walk in my office, first thing you see is a shelf on your left, and actually no, the entire wall is full of green car parts.
Okay.
Green car and GTO parts.
So what we've got to do is get somebody to laser cut us a flange for the RX-7.
That's right.
To make it's a Isuzu diesel. Got to make a flange where we make a new turbo manifold. But how about some more? Tell us about the places to get some great VP fuel.
Hey, VP's got several locations: NVS Auto, DG Motorsports, Gardendale Performance, Off-Road Connections, Coleman Discount Muffler, and some tracks coming soon. We're getting closer and closer.
That's right.
The World of Wheels are over, so that means tracks will be opening any day.
Let me tell you.
Not this weekend. It's going to flood.
Well, there were monster trucks going on up at Laster Mountain today. Monster trucks at Laster Mountain. They wasn't on they was out in the dirt, fortunately. Let me tell you, we were talking about VP. There was a guy unloaded a Chevy 2, a blown Pro Street style Chevy 2, out of a trailer. He used a pail of fuel, putting it in position. He revved the motor. You thought he was on Harley. Harley guys rev the motor. I'm not sure why they do that. But anyway, he ran it, and we were 150 feet from him. I don't know. We began to choke. He ran his car so long. It probably overheated. He ran it a long time. He finally got it shut off. And what's bad, it didn't even sound good. Anyway. So
a buddy of mine, he's got a very, very nice car. It's I'm not gonna say the kind of car because there's so few of them, but he's got a nice car, and he lives farther down my road. He comes home late at night because he works all the time. That car sounds awful, and I don't have the heart to tell him. We're talking high end piece.
Wow,
sounds terrible, and it drones.
Oh, the worst, landed the worst ever. Behind us, the Bronco, across the big aisle, there was a late model Mustang. I think they cut the mufflers and resonators off of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no tune. It's just loud. I like loud cars. I mean, come on. That sound good.
Yeah.
This is absolutely, and there again, he must have used to own a Harley. Run one. Rev tuning. He finally turned it off. But the guy in the Chevy 2 run a whole tank of VP fuel out of his.
Right.
No, he had street gas because it smelled terrible. VP fuel smells great being poured in the tank, and when it runs, it smells so good. I put it in a lawnmower before.
Hey, you know what doesn't smell good?
What's that?
Coolant and gas.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Coolant and exhaust.
Yeah.
That big old white cloud coming out.
I was smelling the gasoline with it too. It was...
But that white cloud coming out the back was not pretty.
The puddle coming out the tailpipe too.
Yeah, it was puking.
That smells awful.
So get you some good VP fuel. And anyway, in news world, we haven't talked much about that. Bob Tasca down at Bradenton at the Pro Superstar race down there set a new mile per hour rate, 341.68 miles an hour. First time over 340 miles an hour for any fuel car. Brittany Force, I've been at 339 and change, but it's 341. He's almost got that thing hooked up. We talk a lot about Cletus McFarland. He does a good job and all. He is sponsoring Clay Millican this weekend.
Yes,
he's got Cletus picture on the side of it and all this kind of stuff. Well, they got him a deal going. Cletus gonna run him in a car he calls Ruby. It's a auction Corvette, got a big LS motor, so Cletus said, I think I can outrun you. He said, I want to be at the 330 when you take off. And Clay said, I don't no problem with that. So sure enough, Cletus went up on the two-step, pop, and that thing, Clay popped the fuel car in, and sure enough, Cletus took off at the 330. Milliken took off in his fuel car. Cletus says, I heard him coming. About he heard him coming, he passed his closure rate. He went a 290 eighth mile at 300. It went 336 miles an hour. It was so violent when he went by, the Corvette shut off. It shut the electricals off on the Corvette. So he got down there, everything came back on. He fired up, and he said nothing wrong with it. That's how violent. If you've never heard that much noise.
It's absurd. But you always told me stories about how loud they are. And when I went and saw them in person with you in the old Atlanta Speedway, it's not something you can describe.
It's not car noise.
It's not. It's a noise, like a low tone vibration.
It's explosion, one at a time.
I would compare it to a bomb.
Oh yeah.
That just continuously goes off.
We just got that Mark Dowdy from the Southern States. He just that's going on the end of this month.
In this month, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th of February.
So
they're at the North Alabama State Fairgrounds.
Right. So they're
going to have a swap meet outdoors.
What are we going to swap for?
Okay, so let me see.
I heard, Landon, I want you to know.
I've got a green car. I got a Mustang. I got a 240. I'm looking at buying this truck. I'm out.
Well, look, I heard on the internet about wife swapping. I thought, I tried to swap your mama in on a Honda one time, and I didn't have no luck. I'm not sure that's what they're talking about, but hey, I tried.
No good trade-in value?
No.
Sorry to hear that.
I got an old pickup truck, but anyway. Anyway, we're talking about going up there and it's like a PR show, PRI Southern deal. We're talking about taking the Corvette. Of course, the Corvette is a very, very nice piece.
We're gonna put air in the tires. I saw the tires flat.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Well, front tires. The back tires are too, but they got about 3 pounds, and they're.
There's probably the nicest set of tires that we've had of slicks, because those things actually hold air.
Well, the ones on the 55 are new. They won't hold air for squat.
That's what I'm saying. Those ones in the Corvette, those are probably the nicest tires we've ever had.
They got tubes in them, by the way.
That's why.
Because the tires in those B-lock wheels, they won't hold for squat.
Okay. So the tube. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Sit there forever, and it'll lost 2 pounds. I thought, man, I kind of like this. So, anyway,
so tube and tires might not be a bad thing anymore.
That's it. So
I don't think they're the same tubes as they used to be.
No, well, it's actually a race tube.
Okay.
let's see what I'm trying
to find your place. You can't read that. I know that.
It's hieroglyphics. In
in
my earlier years, I was wanting to be a doctor, so I forgot how to write. So I thought, well, surely. Anyway, the pro shootout down at Bradenton pays $250,000 to win. If we could get
it's too bad we're going to be busy that weekend.
That's going on right now. We'll have to hurry if we make it.
Right now they have. Bradenton.
Bradenton, Florida.
Yes. I was thinking of South Georgia.
Yeah, South Georgia's coming up.
South Georgia has an index race this weekend.
Oh yeah, there's gonna it's either lights out or whatever they call that. You know, South Georgia coming up this month also.
It's a shame we couldn't make it. We had to do the radio show and film the YouTube. We would have won.
Well, let's go back to this YouTube thing. We started filming the car from Todd. Mm. Got this thing all.
I was gonna ask you if you filmed it at all there.
What?
The picking up process.
No.
Okay.
Because the batteries wasn't charged up yet. When I got it, no,
it's all right.
I'm trying. So
don't worry. Just wait until we have to do some reshoots, and then the car's already done.
I brought this thing up with us, and you picked up, looked at the cameras. You said, "Look, I'm going to make the video better." I forgot to pull that little plastic
lens
protector off. I said, "Well, I was protecting the lens," but we'll have to look at that. Video.
We might have to reshoot.
Landon, I hear music in the background. You know, I guess this means we're through talking for today.
That is.
Well, no, we'll come up with some more stuff for next week, and maybe watch YouTube, Facebook Live. Thank you so much. Just remember, the older I get, the faster I'm going to be. We'll see y'all next week on Drag Race Central.